ways to distract yourself in labor. Yes, distractions are awesome. Yes, yes, yes. I have a blog post, 8 ways to distract yourself in labor, and it is blown up, like hundreds of thousands of views. And I thought I would bring this amazing content here to my YouTube followers so that you guys can also benefit from the 8 ways to distract yourself in labor. So here we go. Hey, I'm Lisa. Welcome to Miracle Maker Mom, where we empower moms and dads with awesome parenting and childbirth tools. If you are new here, you're going to want to subscribe because I know you're going to love it. Today we are talking about the 8 ways to distract yourself in labor, because when you get to labor, you want to be able to relax, not cramp up, and move your labor forward. But if you are just standing here the whole time for hours on end thinking, I'm in labor and this is painful, it's a little bit difficult. So you want to distract yourself, and that way you'll be able to move your labor forward. So here you go, 8 ways to distract yourself in labor. Number 1 is bouncing on an exercise ball. Bouncing on an exercise ball is so well known. So many people use this in labor. It is a brilliant way to keep yourself occupied, to keep yourself busy. And not only that, but there are benefits to actual labor, because when you're on the ball, you're spreading your legs, you're opening up, you're leaving space for your baby to get into the optimal position. And there are so many different exercises, positions, way that you can work with the ball. Having an exercise ball is brilliant and an excellent thing to bring to your labor if you don't, you're not in a place where they have one for you. One thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the ball is like right size for you. You don't want something that's too small, you don't want something that's too big, because you certainly don't want to go rolling off of it. And it's also a really good idea, unless you're basically just sitting in the same spot. If you're doing different exercises or rolling side to side or front to front or front to back, or you might want to have someone spotting you, like someone just standing nearby or close or holding you, just make sure that you don't roll off. But having the ball to roll on, to bounce on, to do different exercises with, to just sit on is a brilliant way to distract yourself in labor. Power walk. Number 2 is taking a power walk. Okay, you probably didn't expect I was going to say that, but it is a brilliant thing, because first of all, there are benefits to being in the upright position. Secondly, especially if you're in early labor, you've got a very long way to go, and doing a power walk has got you exercising, it's got you moving, it's got you upright, and it's got you breathing deep. And especially if it's like a little bit crisp out, like fall air or like the spring or even winter, you just like have that fresh feeling. It gives you that energy that like you are going in for a marathon. You can do this. So having that time to do a power walk is brilliant. I have one friend who every time that she feel the first contraction, she would call her sister and she would say, okay, time for that power walk. And they would go power walking in the park around the neighborhood until she really felt like, okay, now it's time to get into the car and go to the hospital, because she really felt that just progressed her labor, like the beginning stages, to so much much more dilated, much more moving, much more into the labor, and it's really picked it up. I myself used this twice. It was brilliant. One time we were in a busy city when I gave birth to one of my kids, and we went out looking for a cab and we couldn't find one. So we're like, okay, we'll find one eventually. It was like morning rush hour. So we're like, let's just start walking. And we started walking, and my husband was holding the bag and I was just walking, and he couldn't believe how fast it was going actually. And I was like, wow, this is brilliant. And it felt so good. It was amazing, until actually someone we knew saw us walking, and they saw this interesting sight, man with a suitcase for the hospital, and a woman looking like she's very pregnant, and he was like, hello, you need a ride. So that's how that ended. Another time I used it in my last labor, where I had told my husband in advance that I'm going to meet my doula and we're going to go for a walk in the parking lot before we go into the hospital. And by the end of our sitting in traffic for 45 minutes, I was like, I need to get to the hospital now. So he was a little bit being funny, and he parked at the other end of the parking lot. So I had to walk really far to get into the hospital. And one lady's like, do you need a wheelchair? And I was like, I literally screamed. I almost barked at her. I'm like, no, it's better to walk, don't you know? She was like, okay, congratulations. So doing the walking thing, the speed walk, taking that walk is a brilliant way to help not only distract you in your labor, but also to help progress your labor. Hip compressions. Hip compressions is where someone, like a husband, a doula, someone who's supporting you in labor, takes two hands, pushes them on either side like of your hips and really pushes your hips in when you're having the contraction. And it is brilliant. You feel like it's taking the edge off of all of your contractions, and it's like really, you're like, you go for a walk around the hospital with your husband or doula, and as soon as the contraction comes on, you stop, like hold on to the wall, and they push, and it feels so good. You almost feel like, we're getting through this, no problem, it's amazing. So having those hip contractions is a brilliant way to distract yourself from the pain of having those contractions. Hip compressions, hands on both sides, and push in towards the hips. Humor. Number 4, humor. This is truly, I think, my favorite. Maybe it's my second favorite. I don't know. It was really, everyone loves humor, okay? So now if you're the type that, once you get into like a lot of pain, you just can't hear it anymore, that's fine. And maybe this is better for you like at the beginning stages of labor, not like when you're towards the end and you can't handle it anymore. But having the right amount of humor in the right way from the right people can really like just make you feel like you're having an amazing experience. Like this is really not so bad, and it's actually kind of fun. So for my 4th labor, we went in and my husband and my mother were both there, and the midwife also was like a little bit of a funny lady. So between the 3 of them, there were so many jokes being cracked. I was literally like almost on the floor laughing my head off. I couldn't breathe in between contractions just from laughing so hard. And it was so quick from like when we got into the hospital, we were already 9 centimeters. Between 9 and 10, it was like this. I was just laughing away the whole thing. It was really the best experience. So if you are the type who will appreciate humor, prepare humorous things. Ask your husband to go out and get like 100 of the best jokes, the types of jokes that you would appreciate, and prepare them. Or maybe he wants to prepare some cute little like 2-minute videos or 1-minute videos or cute little like things on social media. Just prepare funny things. Go get like one of those funny joke books, like funny things that you will actually really laugh about. Maybe your friend's there and she can tell you all the funny things you ever did in high school. Prepare jokes and humor, because that is really going to distract you. It's really going to just like make you pass the time, and you'll have a great experience with it. Everyone says water. You're going to see it anywhere and everywhere. There are people having water births. There are people saying go in the shower. Just trust me, believe them. Go in the water. If you are, either whether you're at home or you are, sometimes even just if you're planning to have a baby in the hospital, but before you go to the hospital, you're at home taking a shower and like taking that, the shower head and like putting on your stomach, especially on the bottom of your stomach. It's an amazing, it feels so good on your stomach. It feels good through the contractions. It will help dilate you. It just like, if you're going into a tub that has jets, to like just have the jets go on your back and make your back feel better. Any type of water, whether there's pressure in the water or you're just in the water, it just relaxes you, helps you open up, helps you just like relaxes your muscles. It will help dilate you. It will help progress the labor. And everyone has seen benefits from this. I myself have seen it a few times. In my 4th labor, I was having labor on and off and on and off. And my husband was like, just go in the shower and we're going to the hospital. I went into the shower and I was like, yeah, come on, the contractions aren't that hard. After I was in the shower for not even, I don't remember how many minutes, I got this huge contraction. I'm like, okay, that helped. We're going to the hospital now. Like jumped out and ran into the car. Another one, I think my 5th, I went into a tub, and it was so fast that the help from the contractions that I was like, I almost gave birth in the tub, and I wasn't planning to. So there is definitely benefit from water. It will distract you. It makes you feel so good. It helps dilate. Use the water in any way possible. Number 6 is breathing techniques and meditation. Breathing techniques, there are so many ways of learning different breathing techniques. There are courses you can take, there are videos you can watch. There is a beautiful ability to like dilate you and to progress your labor and to just feel like you're in a zone when you are just breathing deep and meditating, feeling like you're connecting with yourself, like you're connecting with your baby, like you're connecting with nature, just like picturing yourself in a certain zone, in a certain place. There are full birthing courses that are all about breathing techniques and about meditation, getting yourself in the right like zone in your mind, in your beliefs, doing affirmations, having affirmations. They are brilliant. Just this entire zone of breathing and meditation can bring you to like another place where you feel like you're not entirely present in what's going on. It will distract you. It will help you like relax. It will help you bring you to, help you dilate and just help you move your labor forward. That is a brilliant technique for distracting yourself in labor. Number 7 is a little bit spiritual. It's prayer, okay? Now, I never would have thought of this on my own. I have to admit, this was not my idea. But a friend of mine told me when I was having my third, that when that she said something so beautiful, like sad a little bit beautiful. She said like the pain of being childless is so much more than the pain of childbirth. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's true. Like people don't have children and they want children and they like spend years and a lot of money trying to have children. It's so true that pain is like so deep, and they see you with your children and your babies, and it's really hard. So she said that what you can do is use the pain of childbirth. I'm gonna cry. Use the pain of childbirth to for a higher purpose and pray for people who are childless. And I was like, that is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful. I remember doing this through my 3rd labor. I don't remember if I did it in my 4th labor, actually. But in my 5th labor, I did a lot of it. I had a lot of time sitting there on my own, and then it started going really fast, and I started just like screaming out the names of the people that I was praying for. And the most amazing thing, you can read in my blog post, is so beautiful, is that by my 5th labor, I was praying for this one particular couple who we were friends with through my husband. Like the guy was his really good friend, and they had been married a number of years, and we knew they were trying to have kids, and we knew they were like doing treatments and everything. And I prayed for this couple, and I prayed for them over and over and over and over again. And I kid you not, 9.5 months after my baby was born, and they had a baby. It was like incredible. Oh my gosh. When I heard that, I literally when I heard she was expecting, I was like, wow. But then when I saw when the baby was born, exactly 9.5 months later, I couldn't contain my tears. It was incredible. So if you're looking for something spiritual to completely distract you of what you're going through right now, to like really concentrate on someone else, because very often when we're going through pain and something difficult in our life, an amazing way to like just move forward is to think about someone else. To think about someone else, put your head into another space. How can I help other people? So this is a stunning thing to do, and I know that you can use it not just to pray for someone childless, you can use it to pray for anything or anyone. It's beautiful. Music! Oh, now we're talking. Music is totally up my alley. I did not realize this until my 8th labor. Again, oh gosh, I got so much right in my 8th labor that I totally messed up in all the other ones. But look, every person is different. One person is going to respond to breathing techniques and meditation better. Another person is going to love the humor. Another person is going to hate the humor, like go away, be quiet. There are so many different ways to distract yourself in labor, and you've got to pick what is good for you. And what was good for me was the music. So when I went into labor with my 8th child, when the contractions started getting stronger, I called my doctor, we got in the car, and then we hit traffic. And I was thinking, oh great, I'm supposed to meet my doula. Well, what am I gonna do now? We're not taking our power walk, and we're not doing all those distractions that I had planned. So what am I supposed to do in the car? Literally, I'm going through labor in the car. And of course it was traffic that got really bad. It was rush hour, and it was 45 minutes we were in that car, and it was supposed to only be less than 20. So it occurred to me somewhere near the beginning of the ride, I'm like, oh, well, we have music, we have CDs or whatever. And I remember I turned on my phone or turned the CD, and I pumped up the music to the point where my husband was like, oh gosh, get me earplugs, because I like it that way. So we turned on the music, and I started like playing the drums in the air, you know what I'm saying, and singing and screaming out the names of the people I was praying for. And I had such a good time in that car with that music. I can't begin to tell you how much fun I had. That by the time that we got to the hospital and I met my doula, there was no time for a walk. I had called as we were getting off the ramp of the of the highway, I called the doctor saying, you're waiting for me like at the door, right? Yeah. The music was so amazing for me that it was just like completely distracted, helped me get through my contractions, helped me have fun while I was doing it, helped me feel like, oh yeah, we're still at the beginning, even though we were like close to the end, and I still felt like this is awesome. We're having a great time. Rock it. Yeah. Having distractions for you in labor are brilliant. It's an amazing, amazing way to move forward your labor, to help you, to get you in the right space of mindset, and to just help you dilate and move forward in your labor. I have, since this, the blog post that I had made originally, the 8 ways to distract yourself in labor, it became so popular, it like blew out, like people were emailing me asking if they can post it, if they can use it, if they can refer to it. Hundreds of thousands of views. I sat down and wrote some more. So I have a whole booklet for you so that you can actually take it with you. You print it out and take it with you to the hospital when you go. So feel free. Right down here, you can press, you just give me, send me where to send you the email of the little booklet. And I will send you a full booklet of 15 ways to distract yourself in labor. That's these 8 ways that we just did, plus another 7. So that way you can print it and bring it with you, and good luck. Good luck to you. Congratulations. I hope your labor goes amazing. I'm so happy for you. And I hope you enjoy the 8 ways to distract yourself in labor, the 15 ways to distract yourself in labor, and I hope your labor goes amazing and just the way you want it to be. Question of the day, which of these 8 are your favorite? What things will your personality fit with most? Because at the end of the day, you really have to know yourself. You have to know what you want, what is going to work for you in your birth, because one person's going to love humor and the next person's going to, bash their husband over the head for being funny when they're in pain. You need to know what's important to you. One person's going to love having meditation. The next person's going to like, hey, just get the rocky music out. So tell me what you are going to benefit. What are you going to use in your labor? And don't forget that you can certainly use more than one. Believe that you can have an awesome birth, because whatever you believe, you bring into your reality. I know that you have loved this video because you're still here, so give it a thumbs up. If you've enjoyed this video, you are definitely going to love the next one, so head right on up over here.